I had very high expectations placed on me by my parents as a child, which is absurd because my family's pure trash. Growing up, like, I could read at an early age, so my parents were like, you have two choices, you can be a doctor or a lawyer, and I was like, that's so much pressure placed on me, but sure, I'll take it. And so throughout my life, I figured, like, I need to, like, study hard, I need to bone up on legal terminology, I need to watch Ally McBeal and, like, take, like, careful notes. And all the while, like, I wanted nothing to do with that. I was like into musical theater, another thing my parents had no idea how to handle. And so, like, as I got older, I continued to exist under the guise of, like, being straight, because I felt like my life would be easier. I couldn't, like, disappoint my parents. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I just, like, instead of memorizing all the lines to every episode of Designing Women, which I did anyway, I, like, started to excel at baseball and, like, got a girlfriend who was boring, and went to college. Met a bunch of bro friends, some of whom I wanted to fuck, but it was repressed. It was totally repressed. And then 3 of my bro friends and I, right after college, got a house together, and I went into law school. And I hit those books, like, hard. I was like, and for anybody who's been to law school, it's a big commitment, to say the least. Like, you're studying the law. Things that even our president doesn't know. And, like, so thank you. Impeach the motherfucker already, but that's not even my story. So I was in law school, and I, of course, being completely privileged and always given everything because my parents thought that I was the last hope of the family, I realized, like, law school's taking away my ability to keep a lavish lifestyle, you know? Like, I didn't want to shop at Old Navy, like, that was beneath me. I needed to make money, and so, but I also needed to satiate my appetite for dick. So I took a job, like one does, looking, for a job. I found one at a gay bar an hour and a half away as a shot boy, which is a thing, right? Yeah. At the time, it was a very lithe, Nordic dream. And so I figured, time to capitalize on that while studying constitutional law, doing crunches, serving you shots, pouring vodka down old men's throats for great tips. So it didn't take long before, like, this beefy young guy would come into the bar, like, every weekend, and I was, like, really attracted to, and he was stupid, so he was my type. Just dumb, big dick. We started a relationship. Thank you guys. We started a relationship with each other, and there are things that, like, now as a 34-year-old man, I would see those things and be like, that's a red flag. Like, he said to me, like, oh, I've seen you on Manhunt, because that was big back then. Manhunt, it was like an app, but on a website, because that's when we had, like, desktops to look up other gays. And he was like, oh, I've seen you, and then, like, I found you at the bar you were working at. And now I'd be like, oh, stalker. Then I was like, oh my God, I have a fan. This is great. So we started sleeping together. It was an hour and a half away from where I lived, so it was really convenient for me just to, like, crash at his place. And he would say things to me, other red flags for today. He would say, like, oh, I wish I had more friends. And it's like, oh, why don't you? And I would say stupid, naive things as a 22-year-old. I would be like, well, I'm sure my friends would just love you. So the next time me and my bro college, post-college roommates had a party, he took that as an invitation to come to this party. It was the Sweatpants and Moo-Moo's Gala of 2006. And because we were really good at theme parties in my house. And he showed up, and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, my roommates didn't know I was sleeping with guys. And I wasn't, like, necessarily prepared for anyone to know that. So I was just like, you pretend that you're in law school with me, which he was stupid. So, like, it just didn't work. Like, he just did not give off, like, an I got into law school vibe. And then I saw him like talking to some of my female friends, and I was like, whatever, I don't even care. Partied, like, and then I shut him in my room and like made him stay in my room, and everybody was drunk. And then they went to bed, and he was in my room, so we started like fooling around. And as we're fooling around, he's like, I mentioned something to like your friends, and I was like, what? Like, you what? And he's like, yeah, I mentioned something, like, because I didn't want to, like, keep us under wraps anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out. Because, like, okay, so you're in a relationship with a closeted guy. You don't out him, you know? It's somebody, maybe sometimes you do. I don't know. It depends. But in that particular situation, he stole my power away from me, and I was so angry. So I did a thing that I also always wanted to do, which was I threw his clothes out the window. I was like, get the fuck out of my house! And then like tripping over the cord, but I like then shut the window, and I was like, get out! So I was living two lives. I was being the person that my mother thought I was, that my roommates thought I was, and then the person I really was, you know, someone who I was like afraid to confront. And so I learned my lesson out of that. I don't want to give him credit because he's stupid and wound up like semi-naked in a street, like going to his car one night in 2006. But I learned that I was really unhappy in law school, and I was really unhappy not being out. So I came out, told my mom, and I said, and I think, like, please don't have a heart attack, but I think I'm also going to quit law school. And I was so like worried about the reaction. She was like, oh my God, Pam just got arrested for like trying to scratch Debbie's eyes out. Like, you're fine. I'm proud of you. You're fine. That's my story. Thank you.